Do you guys want to get your floors clean without even lifting a finger? Then this video is for you. What's going on, guys? My name is Chris. I'm back with you with another unboxing and review video. I don't even know if it's in full frame right now, but this is the Z70, their newest robotic vacuum. If you guys haven't watched my other video, I've reviewed another vacuum by them, so check out the channel. You can scroll through the robotic vacuum playlist. We will be showing you all the key features of this. It has a super large battery life. It has ultra strong suction power, precision LiDAR navigation, 2-in-1 vacuuming and mopping. And guys, just like all my review videos, in the description box right below the video is gonna be the exact same link for this newest vacuum by ZooZee. You guys can read more about it, pick one up yourself after the video is completed. If they sell it in the UK, I will have you guys linked as well in the description box. Without further ado, let's get it out. All right, we're gonna run through this pretty fast here, but we're gonna show you all the goodies. You got your instruction welcome manual. Also make sure that you download their app as well to be able to use this with your Alexa device, etc. We have our mop plate underneath here, and ZooZee does a great job with their product packaging as well. So here is your mop. You actually get 2 of those, and that's gonna be for your mop feature. You slide that in, and that's a cool feature. Here in this box back here, we have our charging dock. Let's start with our charging station. So this charging station, these are the prongs. So the charger, the pads are right here. The charger actually sits like this, and the robotic vacuum then goes into it and charges with the prongs going in. I actually just figured that out. At first, I thought it went over the top, and these went up against the wall, but no, it sits like this, and it charges like that. And you got your open this up and you can twangle and dangle your little line in there for cord management. Close that back up. Next up is going to be our dustbin, and our dustbin has our filter right here on this side here. And this is of course the area where it sucks it up right here. And when you're ready to dump, this whole thing comes down this way, and go ahead and shake that in the dustbin, popping that back on, you're ready to roll. Okay, next up is gonna be our adapter right over here on this side. Your typical charging prong, probably about a 6-foot cord or so. Over here on this side is just gonna be product packaging, and of course our robotic vacuum right here, which we will slip that off. We're gonna get to that in just a second. Here are our brushes right here, and these brushes, you're gonna have 4 of them total, and these are absolutely fantastic, being able to brush all of your grime underneath your countertops and couch in the way of the vacuum to be able to suck that up. I actually need to take 2 of those, get those prepared for mounting. Actually, you need to pay attention to that as well. As you can see there, 2 and 2, so I actually need to grab a 1. So grab 1 from this section and then 1 from the top section up above. As we can see, that has a 1 there. So 1 and 2. Now, let's go ahead and look at the robotic vacuum. Remove that there, which is gonna be a very nice, very sweet color to it. Let's see, let's get that camera light off of there. A blue on black. Go ahead and remove all your plastics, leave them on, it's up to you if you want to. This also has a little bit of give to it for knowing if it's gone too far under there. Of course, we have a little pull tab right here. You need to remove that before using your robotic vacuum. And what that is that's your preventative during shipping of the bumper cushion. So make sure you remove that for proper use. You have your on and off button here with your home button and an LED light right there. Here is your LiDAR navigation radar right there. How cool is that? Ventilation right here coming over here. Do some sensors, more sensors coming around the front to ventilation, charging prongs right there. So that's where your prongs right there go into the charger. Flipping it over, we have our little brush right here, which is easily removable. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Pushing in those tabs, that comes up, remove that if there's any nasty hairs, pet hair, etc. That clamps back in. This is where your brushes go, here and here. Directions will tell you which number to put on which side. Working voltage is 14.4 volts, if I didn't mention that. Here are your drop sensors here and here. Your pivoting wheel right here, and your big wheels right here and here. You also have a sensor here and a sensor here. In the back here, looks like we have another filter right here that is removable. All right, now this is the important part. If you do not read the directions, you will not understand where the dustbin is or where the mop feature is, the mop collection area. So you need to go ahead and open this up just like a car hood, and underneath is gonna be our number 1 cleaning brush that hooks in right here. That's actually pretty cool. And number 2, this is gonna be our water bin for mopping right here. Here's your fill hole right there, pops open. Your directions, pay attention to that. And it also has a filter with the mopping function as well. That's pretty cool. So that gives you access to be able to put your dustbin right in here like this, clicks into place, trapdoor, lays down, and you are good to go. So let's go ahead and fully charge this and we'll show you all the features. Alrighty folks, we're giving it a go. We will show you the app and how that maps it out, etc. I have placed my docking station right up against the wall here. Now let me show you a couple key features while we're giving it a go here. Here is the specifications of the robotic vacuum. There are the dimensions in millimeters. You can pause this and take a look at this here. It is a 5200 milliamp LG battery. Weight is 3.4 kg, has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, 50 watts of power. The charging dock right here. Keep an account that they are asking for 0.3 meters on each side with 1 meter in front to be able to dock it on its own. That once again is a lithium ion LG 5200 milliamp battery. It has 3500 PA power suction. It is compatible with a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. The LiDAR scanning is up to 8 meters of LiDAR scanning at a time. This is the LiDAR scanner right here that is whipping around on the interface there. You can't really see it. We'll try to get some better close-up shots here, but that is scanning. And what that's doing is that on my phone through the app, the ZooZee app, we are actually getting it mapped out. So my house is getting mapped out right now. So obviously something to keep in mind, if you are going to be regularly vacuuming, it's going to bump up against this stuff and just move its way around. But what you don't want is you don't want like small little cords, charger plugs. This house, we're kind of in the means of moving right now. And so there's going to be some stuff lying around. But right here, it's just on auto clean. And here's Bria. Let's see what she thinks about it here. Right now, it's just going down the interior portion of the aisleway. And it's going to go into the bathroom and just start cleaning here. And again, set it and forget it. See how the brushes are going up against the side railings, pushing it into the way of the vacuum here. And it might come out, it might take a few different times, even the really super high-end vacuums. It takes about maybe 2 to 3 times of cleaning for the LiDAR navigation to go ahead and move around, map out your house entirely. You might have to set it in an area and have it map it out, so then it knows to clean a little bit more deeper in there, etc. Go on the carpets here as it's going to go ahead and work its way around. Ideally, you do not want a home like this right now. Again, boxes everywhere for moving. You would go ahead and pick up this stuff right here so it doesn't bump into it and turn around thinking it's a wall, toys, etc. But here we are right here. It's actually on the lip of the door and it's circling around. And those big beefy tires, we'll go ahead and see if it can pivot off of that. There's a little bit of a lip of that board divider between this floor and that floor. And it might just take a second for it to whip around before it decides on what it's going to do. Back with you about 20 seconds later, and it's going to work its way around a little bit. There we go, jumping off of that. And it will either come back to it or it'll go ahead and just kind of push forward. But again, it needs to map it out, so give it time, give it a couple durations. We're going to look at the app. Okay, with you about 30 seconds later, it made its way to the bag, turned around, and actually went over the lip divider now, as Bria is very interested in what's happening. And now it's over here in the corner, doing a great job just working around all of the items in the house. Obviously, your house would not be this cluttered, but we're just showing you that it can be, and it will clean the areas going around the tent, sleeping bag, boxes, etc. It's actually not very loud. Bria, it's okay, baby. Let's see what happens. So right now it's on low mode. All right, now we're in the kitchen here, and my puppy has gotten used to the robotic vacuum. As you can see, it's doing the lines there, and it'll go ahead and cut in this nice little inlet here. Now, something to keep in mind is we have the baby gate up for the puppy, and again, she barked a little bit, but she's getting used to it after about the 3rd time now. So it will not be able to get home even with the little lip here. As you can see here, if we open this up, there's still a lip, and the robotic vacuum can't jump that. So just understand that your robotic vacuum will need to be picked up and put over that. Obviously, it's not an off-road vacuum. Here it is here. going ahead and cleaning around the chair legs. And this is what's fantastic about the robotic vacuum. You don't have to bend over. Goes around your chair legs, goes around. I think that might be a little too low for it with the LiDAR navigation. We'll see. This one I think is the same size here, but this should fit underneath your typical couch height. Let's go ahead and just go with you here just to see what happens. Oh, you know what? Okay, it fits. Never mind. Fit right underneath. I think we have something underneath there, so it bumped into it, turned around. That's great to know because there's no way I'm gonna bend down without getting on my knees with a Dyson vacuum, a handheld vacuum, getting under that. That's what is awesome about the ZooZee robotic vacuum, pivoting around. All right, I'm gonna get another cup of coffee and we're gonna go ahead and watch this. What is nice, the dog's out there, real tame and nice, as it's gonna go ahead and spot clean all around. What's nice, again, the refrigerator, sweeping it in, underneath the dishwasher, sweeping it in. As you can see, the cupboards, there's an inlet underneath here, and so that gets really grimy underneath there with cobwebs. You guys get it? All right, we're looking good. We'll be back with you in a little bit. So I'm as curious as you are. Came right around, didn't even bump into the towel here, as it's cleaning underneath the chairs, which I'm not sure about you, but that is one thing that I used to dread with a corded vacuum. Yeah, sure, not that big of a deal. Just pull out the chairs, all 4 chairs, get underneath there, bada bing, bada boom. It's just, for me, it's just a one-stop shop. So, okay, it looks like it got held up, but boom, and keeps on trekking. So this thing has not gotten stuck one time. That's a light towel too. Yeah, sure, there's a dog bowl on top of it, weighing it down a little bit, but ZooZee does a great job. I've reviewed their Z50 already, and I don't think it got stuck one time either during my whole review process. And so again, we're gonna let this run its course, lightly bumping into the furniture, sensing it, turning around, and we're gonna go ahead and let it do its thing, mapping out my kitchen, and I think that back of that chair is too narrow for it to get. All right, let's take a look at the app here. You can see that this session, it has cleaned 161 square feet, 22 minutes of runtime. You can pause it right here on the app if you'd like as well. You can go ahead and add other ones as well, or buy a different one right here over the app. Let's go ahead and click on our robotic vacuum. As you can see here, it is mapping out my house. There's the charger station, that little lightning bolt there, and as you can see, it's trying to map out in between all the boxes, etc. of my house. Now you hit the more button right over here next to pause, and you have all your different areas here: smart partition, draw cleaning, zone, restricted zone, virtual wall, spot cleaning. This is great if you do not want it going into a certain area, a certain room. You block it off. Make this robotic vacuum work for you with all these sweet features with restricted zones, draw cleaning. I'm letting it just go free for all. As you can see, all those green lines, it is working around the kitchen, going back and forth, and mapping out the entire home. Again, you might have to run it a few times before it does map out your home. If it is having trouble in a certain area, then let it sit in that area and map it out entirely. Here we are at 23 minutes, 91%, 183 square feet. So let's go ahead and go up here to the top right to the settings menu here. And here you can rename the robotic vacuum so it can work with your Amazon device. We do have a firmware upgrade, I just actually noticed, so I'm gonna go ahead and update that firmware. Cleaning history is all right here, a total area of 570 square feet. It looks like it was stopped, that was earlier today. We have a total 75-minute clean time, 4 times used. Voice setting, so there is a female voice that is the default in English. You can change that to the different languages, etc., and you can lower that volume if you don't want to have a voice that tells you cleaning started, cleaning paused, etc. You can schedule cleanings right here. You can add a new schedule, repeated, region, smart partition, etc. Some great features in the app. Do not disturb mode, kid mode, carpet boost, cleaning partition right here, partition size, 13 square feet. You can raise that, lower it, as you can see right there, to be able to clean your house more effectively, as we can see what the smart partition is. Fine robotic vacuum. So actually in the background, I can actually hear the robotic vacuum's voice said, "I am here." So that's cool. It does it one time. We can load a map, clear a map, share device, unbind, help, etc. Some sweet features with this robotic vacuum. All right, let's see what happens. We're docking it. Puppy has removed itself. It said low battery, and it's going to go ahead and work its way on back. I'm going to go ahead and back up. You should have a little bit more room than this, I think, on either side. I'm not sure why it's going that direction now. Maybe the dog, well, that's interesting. Well, we'll be back with you when it comes back in. All right, after about 3 or 4 minutes, probably 4 minutes, it is back again. So I think the puppy must have mistakenly goofed it up a little bit. So it's working its way back to, and the charging prongs are on the other end. So it'll go ahead and rotate around slowly. It's picked it up, and last time I checked the app, it was on, I think, about maybe 16% or so. So now it's charging. It's not perfect. It's not completely straight. It's slightly at an angle, but it is charging, so no harm, no foul on that one. If that bugs you, if you have a little bit of OCD like I do, then all you do is you just turn that a little bit like that, and you're good to go. Very nice. Okay, so now it is charging, so it looks like it automatically clicked in. I wasn't completely paying attention, but when I did check the app, it was about 16% battery life left, and it realized it needed to go home and charge. All right, so awesome news is that, don't worry about this, this was for the dog. The robotic vacuum has gone underneath the ottoman all the way back around by my electric dirt bikes. I would never be able to get a vacuum cleaner under there, no matter what it is. And speaking of which, comes back out, and as you can see here, a little bit of dust on the top, probably getting some cobwebs, literally went right underneath here. Doing a fantastic job. And sorry, I don't have any stairs for the drop sensors, but it actually went to the edge here and turned around. Sorry, I couldn't get that on camera. But it does have drop sensors, meaning if it goes the edge of your stairway, it will not fall down your stairway, which is a fantastic feature. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now comes the fun part to see how much stuff we have in the dustbin. I assume it's completely full. Let's go ahead and open up our garage here. Oh boy, goodness gracious. That was after a few rounds, and well, I should have probably emptied that out a couple rounds ago. And so if you are gonna do it with one hand, push that in and then put your thumb over here and bring that up. As we can see, the interior is nice and clean here. Wow, goodness gracious. So again, this went all the way underneath the chair, the couches, and goodness gracious, that is a lot of stuff in there. Let's go ahead and put that in the trash can, and wowzers, I'm actually very impressed with how much stuff that actually juiced in that container here. Let's go bang it out. All right, so remember, it opens up like this. And now let's take a closer look. That is probably dog hair, debris. That is some sort of crazy bamboo. Goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and get this on out of here. And watch the dust accumulation as it comes up. And again, use your brush if you want to go ahead and clean that out there. Snap that guy shut, put that down for a split second. I am loving what I'm seeing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it in the kitchen. I'm going to let it vacuum the kitchen first, and then we're going to be showing you the mopping feature. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't think the floor was that dirty, but we got a lot more in there. We are now mop ready. Look at that. I did not think that was on the floor. That did a great job. Let's go ahead and install our mop, put some water in it, and let's get this going. All right, folks, we're mopping now. Now, something to keep in mind, it wasn't putting out much water. In the app, you can actually change that for none, normal, and right now it's on max. We actually had to do a firmware update on the app to fix a couple bugs, and now the water tank is producing the amount of water that their predecessor, the Z50, does. As we can see there, see the gloss of the water there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, something to keep in mind, I would use distilled water, especially if your water, especially in California, is very hard minerals. Your minerals are going to go ahead and foam up your hardwood floors, you might want to use distilled water so that it's nice and reverse osmosis, clean and clear, not to mention won't gunk up your robotic vacuum as well. This is fantastic. We're impressed with it. Puts off just enough water so it's not crazy slippery. This has already actually dried since we just started filming, so we'll keep you updated about that. Let's take a look at the mop after it has cleaned. Very, very nice. As we can see here, nice and dirty. Now remember, this is Velcro. You can go ahead and remove that, wash that, and then go ahead and put a fresh one on. Overall, guys, I think it did a fantastic job, not only with vacuuming, but also mopping. As you can see here, it is dusty from going underneath the couches and chairs, which is a great feature. Again, there's a lot of added features in the app where you can go ahead and toggle down that mopping, toggle up the mopping, and also increase the suction power of the vacuum in the app. I had it on normal pretty much the whole time. I thought it was fantastic. You could definitely watch a Netflix show while you're vacuuming. But if you want it super beefy, which I thought it did plenty fine, being able to suck up all that dog hair, etc., then I would go ahead and just leave it on normal. Leave it up to you. Make it work for you. Again, guys, in the description box of the video is going to be this exact same Z70 robotic vacuum by ZooZee. Check it out. But just like all my videos, please do not go into debt for anything that I do make a video about. But if you have the cash and it intrigues you, go ahead and purchase on away. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe on your way out. We'll see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye-bye. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.